Is it starting already?
Yeah, it's now.
Starting.
5 seconds in, bud.
You have nothing to fear but clowns themselves.
To fear, but
Here we are again with this spouting nonsense, and because it's all really weird, I've got an octopus on my head this week. My name is Eric Miles. It's another episode of Spouting Nonsense. I am currently in Burnage. In Manchester, from a different location this week. Welcome back to our 3 comedians. We've got Jonathan Mayer, who is 2.2 miles away from me.
You know why I'm waving at me.
You all right, Jonathan? How's your week?
Hello, Pete.
Horrific, actually.
No.
Tooth exploded. Bloody, yeah. I had a gold tooth in, which I know. I'm very much a pirate. And a bit down. Pardon?
Look at your ring.
Many men have said that. Yeah, a bit down. It fell apart. I'm not happy.
Bit down.
A bit down.
Okay.
On something crunchy, darling. Not anything. There's
and
Alex.
Remind everybody where you are.
I'm 2.6 miles away from you and your gorgeous little octopus in Moss Side.
I would assume we're quite close to Harriet, but then I realised that she doesn't live in this country. We've got the fantastic Harriet Dyer back. Hello,
she barely lives in her head.
Hello.
You all right, love? How are you?
I'm all right, thank you. I've had quite the day. On the mobile, it's very boring, but oh god, I've fallen off. So I'm all right. Sorry, I'll stand still. Are you going to ask me where I am today?
I am indeed. Where are you calling from?
She's in
Stockholm.
Stockholm.
Like you're near me and Jonathan, but
no.
I know you're going to say something different.
Au contraire, I am in Beirut.
You on a secret mission in Beirut? Fabulous. Well, you're looking well on it. I'm glad you took. What's that? What's that? Exactly. Nice. Have you taken that thing with you? That thing behind what's her name? Jane or Janet? What's the chicken called?
Jackie.
Go, Harry. Pay attention.
You don't take Jackie to Beirut with you.
I've just come back after 6 days away, and you have actually noticed that Jackie
and the dinosaur
have both been removed.
This is a whole other show. The Search for Jackie is tomorrow night's show at 8. And finally, we've got the fantastic Love Dev Barpega back.
Hello, hiya, guys. Hello.
Oh, you're in the House of Commons tonight.
Yes, I'm there tonight with a bunch of monkeys.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say that was quite racist, but if anyone...
that's not racist. That's Banksy. Banksy's artwork right there.
Remind us where you are, Love Dev.
I am in the home of the Peaky Blinders, Birmingham.
Birmingham. So this is Spouting Nonsense back with you. You know what it's like. It's just the whole... She's so worried about Jackie that she's...
She's genuinely searching for that dinosaur.
The Audience Spouting Nonsense comedy chat show.
Thank God.
They managed to get to Beirut. Comedy chat show. We have no idea what topics we will chat about. It is all left to chance. If you're watching us at home, please share the link so we can get more viewers now and at a later date. Would be lovely. You can also join in live. Jim from Comedy Hotspot is in the background, and he will put your live comments up along the bottom. And we will read them out as and when we can. And you can also donate if you happen to have any money. We've got 3 facts. As always, we start off with the 3 facts. So who these facts relate to? Is it Love, Dev, Harriet, or Jonathan? Fact 1, who once got lost while potholing under Cheshire? Lovely. Love, Dev, Harriet, or Jonathan? Fact 2, who once went to cuddle a squirrel? Who once went to cuddle a squirrel and it's inside spell out. Happy Love Dev Harriet for Jonathan. And fact 3, you got married twice to the same person. Tell us something they relate to these facts. I love these facts because they're so fucking random. We're going to go straight on with some nonsense. Love Dev.
Cheers, Colin.
There we go. Look,
It's the pajama top, Cal.
Is it?
Pete, helpfully just.
Hello, Joe.
Have one of your topics.
Sure.
What bug would be the most terrifying if it was human size?
Oh,
Dev.
Praying mantis, definitely. There's no other bug out there that's more scarier than a praying mantis.
And remind us what a praying mantis does.
They look. What do? They just hang off leaves, don't they?
The women eat the men's heads while they're mating.
They're mated with them. Yeah.
While they're mating, they carry on mating.
While they're mating.
Yeah. During, she turns her head round and just bites his head off because the rest of it's doing its business.
So that'll be quite satisfying as a female to have that as a giant because it'll just get over. Oh, do you know what it'll get rid of? All the sex pests on the comedy circuit.
That's true.
Oh,
a new one every day. Soon there'll be no men left on the telly. Praying mantis, like it. Harriet, what would you go for, darling?
a millipede.
Oh.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
I've got loads of shoes that I don't wear. I can use them on the millipede.
And that would be terrifying. Why? Because your shoes are disgusting.
Oh, wait a minute. Were we supposed to be... Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
What was it? Well, what was...
Most terrifying bug.
This has been great.
Human
I'd be
size.
seeing all your ugly shoes. I get it. I'd be fucking terrified to see your shoes on a millipede.
I saw it as what would be the most useful. Terrifying.
Hey, mate, you see it however you want to see it. That is that is
Useful
you would have a
terrifying.
millipede to wear or your shoes. Would it reside in your house?
Yeah, and then it's terrifying because at any given moment it could run off with all my shoes.
Well,
tap dance.
incoming shoes, that wouldn't be a problem.
You'd hear it going, though, wouldn't you?
I'm just thinking, where is it going to lie in between you and your fiance in bed?
Do you put your storage between you and your mother?
Mate, if I could fit a wardrobe between me and my mum, it would fucking be there. But we're too.
You're in
Too big
Benage now.
unit.
You're in
No,
Benage.
she's
You get
in
in
my
like,
house without me at the moment.
But you're in Benage. You get to sleep tonight. You'd be all
Exactly.
right.
I had to bring up excess baggage of hers, so in order to facilitate her leaving when she actually does. Jonathan,
Hello.
what's bug?
Well,
What
I
bug
was going to
is
say
terrifying?
spider because I got a bit of a thing for spiders. But then I remembered that wasp that makes zombie insects. You know, where it kind of descends and it injects and it then the insect crawls up a tree and grows. Yeah.
What are you talking about?
There's like a wasp that descends on its victim, stings it, and it dies, but it carries on moving and climbs up a tree, and then the eggs hatch out of it.
Really?
So to be honest, so to be honest, right, I'm thinking that's a bit more scary. That's more scary.
You can't kill it.
That's quite scary. That is.
Can you imagine if that wasp bit a spider?
Especially if they were both both human size, that'd be terrifying.
Oh well, we've spiders would be mine. I can't deal.
No, they're gonna.
About it now, but that wasp I never even heard of. Now I'm scared of that, and I should be looking around.
I'm here to
If
help.
you're watching at home, please join in and join us live. You can live comment. Jim will put them along the bottom. Yes, I'm wearing an octopus on my head. You can share the link so we get more viewers.
You look lovely, darling. You look lovely.
We're going to go on to one of
Poor
Harriet.
unfortunate souls in pain.
If Harriet died and the only thing of hers going spare was a toenail, would you keep it as a souvenir? Now, first things first, I'm assuming all your other body parts have gone to other people. Have you got them in a will? Like, who's getting what?
Well, you know when people go Bugsy, so everyone's Bugsy something.
Yeah.
Who's Bugsy your head?
My brother.
Left tit?
The Society for Parapsychological Investigation.
Yeah, no, you can donate your boobs to the Comedy Collective. That'll be a nice souvenir for one of the leaders.
They're fondled by a sex pest to keep them off real women.
Oh God, it's dire at the moment. Oh, Harriet,
Excuse me, do not say my name in vain, Karen.
Sorry, Harriet. It was only after I said it, I was like, oh, I can't do that. Harriet, so left toenail. What was it? Toenail. That's the only option we've got of yours.
Yeah.
You're a very popular dead person. I thought you were getting your toenails out of your bra then or something. What's going on there?
And here is one.
Do you keep your toenails in your bra?
In my mouth. No, it's fingernails, not toenails. Harry, are you going for a burial or cremation, or are you just getting dissected completely? So what's left to burn?
Oh, they're keeping my toes.
So we can have one of those before it. Okay, cool. That's good. Yeah, sure, I'll have it. It could be worth money in years to come if you pull your finger out and do some good shit and get on telly. Can you sign it for me? I want a big toe.
Toes that people would be like, once dead, they'd be like, oh, do you know what? She was quite something.
Yeah, we sorted some of our friend Dimitri's ashes before grass came a bit and splashing into. I think we've all been there. If anybody's ever been to a throw-in of ashes, we've always had a bit of backwash. You go like that. It doesn't matter which way the wind's going. You're throwing it, and it's coming back in your mouth. Oh yeah, and then it's all over your hand as well.
We've still got my mum's to scatter, but I shook it, and there was something like solid in it, so I'm scared of opening it.
Probably your eyeball.
That sounds upsetting. When we scattered my mum's ashes, it was pouring with rain, and it was literally like it was in a churchyard and everything. It was also a ceremony, and they just like got out this plastic bag and like chucked her out of this plastic bag into the ground. It was really.
What bag was it? Was it Asda?
No. It was just like I'd have loved it if it'd been an Asda bag. That'd been hilarious.
Oh, Harriet, is your second toe bigger than mine? Is longer. Not wider.
Mine's longer as well.
How did you know?
Do I look like it is?
No, it always is. Or is it just because we're from the West Country? Maybe it's because we're from
Inbreeding.
It's
like your gills.
Webbed feet. Sorry, it's webbed feet. Harriet, I can't wait for you to open your mum's ashes now and see her looking up at you.
The glass eye. The glass eye you never knew she had.
Love Dev, would you keep Harriet's toenail? And if so, which one would you like?
I would keep the one that's got nail varnish on it.
Kinky.
But I would keep it for one reason only. I'd give it to a scientist, and then he'll bring back Harriet with the DNA.
Oh, nice.
So you never lose her.
While we're in this emotional state. So that's good. Keep it. The one with nail varnish, though, he's read you completely wrong.
I don't think I've ever paid it.
Yeah, he's talking about some other Harriet.
Come back with nail varnish on her.
Exactly. Right.
I'm more likely to have like Dulux paint on.
That does sound likely.
Jonathan,
absolutely. I would have it bronzed, and I would have it set up on a stand, and I'd put it in some sort of holy triptych with gold embossed, and we'd worship it like a relic of St. Helga.
It'll be like the Buddha of the
side. Yeah, it'd be like
Forget Land's End. It'll be like a whole theme park.
Forget Contention. Forget Merlin. It'll be all about this. People come for miles.
You're having a holiday down in St. Ives, and they're like, "What should we do today? Should we go to Harriet's Big Toe in Land's End?"
No,
That
excuse me.
wrong
Excuse me.
structure? Yes.
The holy toe of St. Harriet. Is what it was called.
There we go. I couldn't think quick enough of a name for it. If you're watching at home and you want one of Harriet's toenails when she
Toes.
dies, then
She's got
please
10.
get in touch.
She's giving them away.
Yeah, well, she's lost 3 already because we've got one each. Just tell us which one you want, whether you want it with or without nail varnish and with or without a fungal nail infection, and we shall sort that out for you. If you're watching at home, please share the link so we can get more viewers before, during and after. And you can also donate, but more importantly, just comment live and we'll read out your comments. Oh, let's go on to Jonathan's. I can't wait to see what these are this week. I'm so excited.
Library of the Week.
El Keris. Jim, picture. The Library of the Week is...
Yay!
Jim? Where's my picture, Jim?
Library of the Week.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Great
That's not a library.
of excuse me, it's the library. This is the Great Library of Alexandria, which of course famously burnt down. But although it's possible it burnt down in 48 BC when Julius Caesar caused a civil war in the area, it's probably declined because of lack of funding, but was one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. I thank you. I
don't want to point out the obvious, but there's no
well, that's because it burnt down in 48 BC, among other things. But it's a legendary library, you see. It was a repository of all the knowledge in the world.
I see. I'm in Manchester. That's really good. Interesting. I'm in Manchester. I'm so tempted to go and see that library. It probably
go see John Rylands and the circular library with the echo that I told you about. There's 2 libraries you should definitely be seeing.
Are they open tomorrow?
Probably. I don't know. I don't know whether libraries are open, but yeah, John Rylands, that one I showed you a couple of weeks ago, and the circular library with the echo.
It's just a font of information. What you didn't realise there, because I'm the host of this. Have you got the view-in figures on your screens?
No, they dropped.
They really did, because I was talking to Love Deb and I was Harriet. At the moment I said Jonathan, we went down to 0. We might as well.
I hate you. I hate you with a fiery passion.
You know why, Jonathan, though? Do you know why? Because they've gone to look at the library.
At the library, yes. They've gone to Lurden Road.
So, Jonathan's, if the 4 of you were stranded on a desert island, what specific skills would each person bring to the table? And remember, here's a man that watches Shipwrecked and shit like that. Do you watch what's that Bear Grylls one? Do you not watch it?
Bird Grills? No, not really.
Remember the 4 main elements of survival: fire, water, shelter, and
I used to be able to light a fire. I was a Boy Scout, which I joined because when we first went to the Boy Scouts, they tied one of their friends up on the floor, and I thought that looked lovely. But actually, I did learn to light a fire from nothing. Like I could actually do the sticks thing, and so that'd be my skill. That and blowjobs, obviously, I bring those.
That's nice. That benefits Love Dev.
I'm glad someone's there to give me a Go on, Jonathan.
Look at Harris. I'll get on with it.
Do you ever watch those? What's the bloody Bear Grylls ones where they put a load of people on an island?
Celebrity Island.
Celebrity
Love Island.
Survival.
Love Island.
I'm a celebrity. Get me out of here.
Anyway, I'm an avid viewer of programs like that, and it so fucks me off that every time they get dropped off on the island, how many people don't know that the first priority is the fire starter?
Fire and water. Yeah, fire and water.
Like, they just find out, I want a beach, I want a tree, I want a hammock. No, you want a fucking fire. And then you want some water.
To be fair, the last time I lit a fire from nothing, I was about 12. So it's possible I've forgotten how. But I think I could probably, given the urgency of on a desert island, I'd probably remember quite fast, you know.
I'm thinking those glasses could help.
Exactly. Yeah.
What do you need? What do you need to?
You need friction. You need like little splinters of grass and wood, dry stuff, and you start making friction so it heats up, and then you gradually things smolder, and you slowly add to it, and then eventually all get blowing. And eventually all gets going, and eventually you can add, and then you have to keep it going because the idea is you don't let it go out after that.
Why don't you just get a magnifying glass and go like that?
Magnifying glass is a great idea if you've got one. The glasses lens thing. That's not a bad idea.
There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
You're perfect.
So, what specific skills do you think Harriet would bring to the table, Jonathan?
Well, she's talked a lot about cooking people, so I think she'd bring cannibalism.
Lovely.
Right there.
Hang on, stop there. Harriet, out of the three of us, who would you eat first?
The meteor one.
Come on. A lot of crackling on this.
Oh,
you're right. I'm too lovely. I am too lovely.
You all are.
Let's just eat Love Dev. Let's eat Love Dev, and then I won't have to.
I got a lot of fat. I'd probably go for Love Dev. Love Dev's probably got more edible meat on him.
Plus, I got a bit of spice. You know what I mean? Talking about. You inside me till the end.
Love Dev, full of edible meat.
We've just established Love Dev tastes like curry.
Yeah.
Not racist.
Not racist.
He said it, so it's not racist.
I'm just thinking what I taste. I taste like a McDonald's, but
yeah,
you
you taste like cheap
McDonald's or a kebab or something like that. That'd be me. A fatty bacon or something. Oh, anyway.
Harriet would be more like a chicken wing, isn't it?
What do you think Love Dev could bring to the table?
Love Dev?
Yeah.
Oh God, the way he said it, like my dad. Love Dev.
What would you bring? What would you do? What's
3
your
hours
skill?
later, still thinking about it.
He could do it on the computer.
Yeah, I'm good on the computer. I need the internet.
Hang on.
Anybody's just tuned in is not going to understand that at all.
Here's one of those
Is that me?
I would eat Harriet. Let's sinew. She's all sinew. Look at her. She's basically sinew with nose hairs.
What sinew?
Sinew's like the threads that hold your bones together so you can move things, isn't it?
Harriet would make a good bone broth.
She's stock. She's stock. You make stock out of her.
Harriet, what do you think your skill would be on the old desert island to keep us all alive?
I reckon because I'm probably maybe not, but I'm probably up there as potentially the most mentally ill. So I think that it would be.
There's no disagreement there. Did you notice?
Excuse me. I think it's very close, and it wouldn't be as close in most.
Yeah. It's not that you're out.
Yeah.
It's.
Who's the next? Who do you think the next is in line?
Although I don't even think I'm definitely the most.
I'm definitely up there.
I think Love Dev is most sane, definitely, and then it's very close between us three.
Only a metal person would say that, Jonathan.
I think that's fair. I think that's completely fair.
So it would only be a certain amount of time where I'd become very feral. And then I'd find it easier. Like, did you see?
How would we know? How would we be able to tell you've gone feral?
You'd have one of your legs in your mouth.
What would change?
No, I'd you know that film? There was the sequel to the Split with the guy.
Glass, Split, Unbreakable.
Oh yeah, the movie.
Yeah, where James McAvoy is like a beast and he goes bounding.
The beast.
That's when you tell, because I'd be bounding.
All right. And you look like James McAvoy.
Yeah.
He's quite doable in that. He's quite doable in that film, so that I'd look forward to that bit.
I forgot what, and that's what you bring
feral.
to the.
Yeah, because I'd chase a wild pig for you, Karis.
Yeah, she'd hunt down. We wouldn't have to eat Love Dev. She'd hunt down the local wildlife.
Yeah,
and scare away tigers and things.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'd make like interior decorations with like bottle tops and stuff.
Wow, so that's not very useful, is it, Karen?
No, that's the least useful, Karen.
You three have taken all the good jobs, so make the shithole look nice.
You'd compare, that's what you'd do.
Exactly, right.
Karis, we'd have to, because if you think about it, if say my feral skills didn't work out, and we did start sacrificing. If you're just not bringing much to the table, you'd be the first.
To be honest, if we've got to the, to be honest, if we've got to the stage where we're starting to eat each other, I'm happy to go first. To be honest,
yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Harriet will be great at assessing danger and keeping watch for approaching predators. We're not talking about the comedy circuit now.
Oh, what's my feral face, Jonathan? Colin, darling, I'll show you in private sometime.
Don't. The dating show. If you're watching at home, please share the link so we can get more viewers. You can join in live with comments and we'll read them out as soon as we can get to them. You can also donate if possible. Let's go back to one of Love Dev's. If you could hold your own weird world record, what would it be? Love Dev, what would it be?
Mine would be, I thought very carefully about this. I would have the biggest birth off in the world. So a load of women who are all meant to, conceive at the same time. Probably 200. I don't know what is. I did Google it. Apparently it's every 4 seconds.
But
someone's giving birth. Is it 4 women give birth? Birth.
Birth.
So line up all the women. Not burp. Birth.
Birth.
They all have to shoot out babies at the same time. That's the world record.
Shoot out babies.
Literally. They all come out.
Obviously, coming from a man, you have no fucking understanding whatsoever how labour works. But
no, I do. Put an injection in them, time it just right, bang, they're all out. That'll be a world record. No one else will be able to compete with that.
And how were you involved in that world record? Are they all yours?
He was nearby.
No, the actual record is me catching how many babies I can.
Cool. Have you caught many babies before?
Nah, all cesarean born.
It's not even going off a skill that you've mastered over years. You're like winging it and going.
Wouldn't that be such a great record?
Britain's Got Talent, and they'll go, "How many times have you done? How many times have you attempted it?" You'll be like, "None." Never been in front of a studio audience.
I'd get the golden buzzer for that. I'll tell you.
You would indeed. Harriet, what world record would you do?
I think the world's longest neck.
Like a giraffe.
Like a swan, love them.
I've got no neck.
Although, Keris, you have quite a long neck, actually.
How long is your neck? Have you ever measured it?
Yeah, it's 5'2".
That's from her toes.
So it incorporates your vagina as well. Is that where it stops?
No. No. What? So my neck has a vagina in it.
You just said you've got a 5'2" neck, and you think my suggestion is the weird part of the situation.
I obviously don't have the full extension out now.
Don't you?
You like excited.
Yeah,
like Inspector Gadget. It'll come out.
Does it come out when you're feral? When she's feral on the treasure island, on the island, it'll come out.
That's why it should be a good lookout.
Yeah,
lookout, totally. Yeah, 5'2" of neck.
If that's all, she could find the fucking helicopter and bring it down in her mouth so he can be rescued. Jonathan, what weird world record?
Well, I think it should be something horrifically perverted, honestly. Shouldn't it? Number of hula hoops balanced on one nipple. Amount of cancer support, humping testicles. Something.
We're talking crisps or.
Well, either really. I mean, possibly all of those. Yeah.
Yes.
Number of sexual organs inserted into.
Hang on, Harriet. Harriet, it's a learning time. Jonathan, can you help me and Harriet out with what Joe just said?
I don't know what. Harriet would hold the record for most segues. Segues, as in.
Is that how you spell segues?
Yes, because why did I know that? I had to Google that the other day. Yes, it is how you spell it.
It's not segways.
No, it's French.
Actual branded product of the thing. That's how you spell segue.
Well,
I really
I'll be done.
learning. It's a fucking learning show,
Every
mate.
week we learn here. We learned and growed.
I mean, I thought I learned that last week, but it's just got we're fucking oblivious. So nipples, hula hoops, what
Nipples,
else is it?
testicles, yes.
Oh, hanging off testicles.
Yeah, I think I'd have to do something kind of completely appalling
Yeah.
to really justify it.
Jonathan, what
Yes.
about who could fit the biggest item in their foreskin?
Oh, I could go with that.
That's
Yeah,
good.
I mean,
That was kind of a curveball there. I wasn't
an ironing
expecting
board
that.
up there.
I know it was.
An ironing board, yeah. I'm very
Travel
gifted.
iron, travel
Pardon?
iron, or travel iron.
Yeah,
or...
full size, ordinary. I mean, I can't have
And-
gone straight bowling ball.
Bowling ball. Oh,
Now,
that was
Jim,
it.
you go to the doctor. Jim needs to go to the doctors after this. Fucking poor Lisa. flappy foreskin. Anyway, I started saying, I was like, no, I can't finish that. This is making me feel sick. Anyway, we're going to go on to Harriet. If you're watching at home, please share the link so we can get more viewers at a later date. That'd be most appreciated. You can also like, comment for us, and we will read them out. Harriet.
Yeah.
All the deodorant factories have exploded. The only way to extinguish sweat was to put your fingers in a pig's nostril and make it breathe on you while sticking its willy. With you. Now, I feel like you've had a lot of downtime in Beirut. So we'll go to you first, Harriet. Would you do that?
What was it again?
Define sweat.
Define sweat.
Would you put your fingers in pig's nostrils to make it breathe on you?
Really?
While sticking its willy?
If
You
that
would?
be, no, because no one would do that. So you could all just be sweating together, I reckon. But I asked a friend, and she said she would, like, in a heartbeat, she'd do that.
What would be the technique if you were to do it?
And then, wait a minute.
Yeah.
You're going to have a hand free, haven't you, for the willy?
With your tongue.
Yeah.
What are you doing it with your tongue?
How am I going to tickle the willy?
Bigger. Oh my god!
So let's
Harriet,
be
if
clear.
you've been fucking people like that, you should be on a fucking register.
And let's be clear. What you're saying is your fingers in nostrils, and you're giving the pig a blowjob to get your sweat sorted out.
Oh, God.
You're just gonna go. But no, you're like,
The dinosaur.
can't believe you just sucked off an imaginary pig.
And you have to do it because pigs' willies are spiral, aren't they? So you
I
have to
can't
go,
believe, Keris, that you can't believe that she'd do that to an imaginary pig.
That was just. I was like, what is she?
Yeah,
What, mate?
spiral
Now,
willy.
anybody watching this, if you're ever in a green room and Harriet asks you if you're ticklish, fuck me, run a mile, honestly, because she'd be fired from the comedy industry within minutes. I can't believe. So you wouldn't suck off a pig, even though, yeah, nice little finger blasting up the nostrils and a little tickle of the willy. Love Death?
Absolutely not. No. No, I'll just use a bar of soap. Just go like that.
no, love Dad, there's no
Why?
other option. There's no other option.
That's
You
the
said
only
the
option.
deodorant factories are blowing up. But the soap
Yeah,
bar
but she meant,
still there.
she meant all the.
I know what you meant. No, I wouldn't do it. No way.
But if you were to do it, what would your technique be? There's no right or wrong answer to this. We know this.
How far is the willy? Is it like right at the back?
Well, it's at the other end of the pig, isn't it? From the
Or the
nostril.
bum hole?
I mean, clearly, like it's a pig. It's nostrils and willy. I mean, it's not. They're not close
It's a
together.
real pig.
All right, then I'd have to tickle it with my end of my beard.
Good beard. So again, we're back to oral, really, for you.
Handle it like that.
Oh my god, oral.
No, it's not really oral. It's
It sort of is, though.
That's
You're
not
rubbing
oral.
your
That's not
face on
oral.
it.
You got your
Nose in its testicles.
yeah. I'm gonna.
oh,
Do you know how
bum
nice
hole
that feels?
or bumhole if he's lucky.
I expect that's nice. Yeah, I expect.
Jonathan, so we've had 2 no's so far. Would you?
No, Harriet said yes, didn't she? She said.
Well, then she changed it quite swiftly before demonstrating how she sucked off a pig.
Only because she was going to suck off a pig. Absolutely not. I would smell. I would just smell, and if necessary, I'd hand people oranges with cloves in. I stink. Here you go. But I'm not sucking off a pig to sort this out. So,
but
bad for you.
If you were to do so, what would your technique be?
My technique would be superb. Brilliant. I mean, really good. I mean, the pig would just get in like a second. Like, just
Well,
I don't know because I've not actually done it yet. I'd have to learn. And obviously, every pig is an individual, and so they'd like different things. So I very much, like I do with my lovers, I'm very caring and sensitive. I'd find what that pig enjoyed to make it work. I think that's the only way forward, honestly. Pig blowjob wise.
Yeah, I just want to say, obviously, this stream is obviously uploaded to YouTube and forever to be out there. So we don't want to be doing anything that people are going to see in years to come.
I've got a degree.
Not anymore.
I've got a degree. Colin, darling, I'm on it, darling. Colin, I'm there for you. I like a man with a beard. I'm ready. Anything you have to stick in my face, darling.
Oh, there we go. And just the clothes are one of my favourite parts of Christmas.
Oh, look at Joe raising the tone.
I think it's Christmas
next. What do you do with them? How do you do it?
You put the cloves into the orange.
Yeah.
You stick them in, and it's a old-fashioned pagan / Christian Christingle thing. Yeah. It smells fantastic.
You stick the cloves in the oranges, and then you burn Jesus.
And you don't need the orange.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's what the Elizabethan ladies used to carry around with them was an orange with cloves in to hide the stink of all the people who hadn't washed.
Did you never go? Have you never been to a Christingle, Harriet, where you? You had a candle stuck in an orange.
Are we talking about garlic cloves?
Cloves.
A Christingle.
It's not garlic cloves, is it?
Christingle is one of the more pagan bits of the Church of England. It's like left over from pagan stuff.
Yeah, and then we burn Jesus.
I've seen them in pictures, but I never knew what you did with them.
Well, you're stuffing up your nose.
I thought it was like, a birthday party where you have a pineapple with cheese on sticks and then an
pineapple hedgehog.
Yeah, and then an orange with cloves. So I never knew what you were supposed to do with the orange.
Yeah, no, that's not it. But appreciate your input. See, again, we're learning shit. We come away with. I mean, in some aspects, some of our knowledge and IQ is decreasing, but on the other side of that, some of us are having our IQs lifted. So it's sorry, I said this before. You're gonna be thick as shit by the time these shows are over.
I can feel it falling away from me. Falling away.
We don't give you anything, Jonathan. We need to maybe
you give me joy and spiritual beauty, Harriet. Joy and spiritual beauty is what you give me. Also, I'm incredibly boring, as I think we know. So without this, I've got.
If you're watching at home, please share the link so we get more viewers. You can also donate, but please join us with your live comments. We're going to go for another one. Jonathan, who is your comedy inspiration?
I know.
I'm intrigued.
I'm intrigued by these two because stand-up was not a thing in our house. So we had like Joyce Grenfell and Hinge and Bracket, and then like for me, big inspiration. Eddie. I know. That wasn't the closest we got to stand-up in our house. Do you even know who they are, Eris?
Yes, one of them was married to William Shakespeare.
You're a cunt. You're an absolute cunt. So I am. Oh yeah, I love it. That is brilliant. So I grew up with those, and then Victoria Wood was huge for me, and then Eddie Izzard, I suppose. But I feel I'm quite an ordinary comic, really. I'm intrigued by what these two would say, Love Dev and Harriet, because I think they are Interesting voice.
Mental. Okay, I love that.
I was going to
Oh, hang
say,
on.
hello.
Hang on.
We've got an incursion. Harriet.
Is that a kid?
Hi,
Fortnite's
Harriet.
gone
What's
Fortnite
going
gone
on? Oh my God,
that
there's a child. You've grown
Yeah,
a child.
He asked me what it means to make a flame in a computer game. I think he did. Did he not understand?
What's it? What?
Maybe
A
ask
flame?
you.
What?
I don't
Jonathan,
even know.
have you got the answer to that question?
Make a
just goes-
flame.
Yeah, he goes, "What does this mean?" And then it said, "Make a flame." And then I went, "What?" And then he goes, "Oh, I forgot that you were doing that." And then I just walked off.
Anyway, right, going back to the subject. Laughter. Who's your comedy inspiration?
I'm still thinking about making a flame.
Jonathan knows how to do that. You need
Yes.
a bit of friction.
Friction, straw, little twig,
Oh, yeah.
dry leaves,
Call
Bit of a
back.
blow technique.
pig spiral.
Okay. Comedy inspiration, please.
I was going to say my mother, but she's not a comedian.
Oh,
Well, that's okay.
So, okay, my mum. Yeah,
Yeah.
my mum. Very funny
Oh,
woman.
hang on. Colin said, "How many times can Keris pull her back her top?" Do you want to like? Oh, it's getting a bit. Sorry, I do apologise. I just wanted to look at you. I didn't want anybody to see me
Judgy.
sit or anything like that. Your mum loved her. She a funny
Your mum.
person.
Is there a
Yeah, she
comedian
is.
though that you looked up to
Yeah,
as
is there
well?
a comedian? What did you grow up? Who did
I
you
grew
grow
up with Eddie Murphy.
Oh,
Eddie
okay.
Murphy. It's probably one of the first stand-up comedians I watched.
Cool.
It was brilliant. Yeah, Mitch
But
Hedberg,
you think your mum's
Stephen
funnier?
Wright. Mom's funny. Yeah, well funny.
Do you quote her on stage?
She's funny.
like
She's
Harriet?
yeah, I do. Yeah, I talk about my mum.
Harriet?
Yeah.
yeah.
Comedy inspiration, my love.
Well, I didn't really watch much comedy as a child. I did watch Trevor and Simon in Live and Kicking. We don't do duvets.
Did you just say the word comedy? And
I'm going through the years. Then I liked the Ross Ablett show, and then
Oh, yeah.
and then I was obsessed with the Dinner Ladies. I absolutely loved it.
What,
Obviously,
Victoria Wood?
Yeah.
Brilliant. That is brilliant.
And then as I've got older, probably someone like Paul Foot.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Because I just love that he doesn't give a shit. Like he could. I once went to watch him, and half the room were booing him off, and the other half thought he was the best thing ever. And I think the balls to get out and know that might happen
Yeah.
is
fucking terrifying.
brilliant.
That is-
Yeah.
Tony
it's
Law's,
terrifying.
Tony Law's like that. Tony Law had that at the Frog. I was comparing, and he was closing, and literally people were stood to applaud him and booing him like next to each other on the same table.
Wow.
And I'm like, oh my God. But yeah, I think that's a brilliant reaction from a crowd. Amazing. Yeah.
I grew up watching things like Girls on Top and Victoria.
Oh, that's a good one.
Really liked, yeah. And oh yeah, invite them on the Bag and Tales area. And then I was a massive fan of Sean's show, which was done by obviously the late Sean Hughes, comedian. He used to have a show on. It's Shawnee Show, la 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 la. It's Shawnee Show, do 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 do. Shawnee.
Oh my God, the whole tune. All right,
Shawnee. Anyway, that was on. And
I used to like Goodness Gracious Me.
I'm
Yeah,
more,
Rhea
that was
McCoy.
good.
Rhea McCoy
yeah,
is an
more
all right.
mainstream stuff rather than off the wall stuff. Surprising. I don't like anything ridiculous.
I'll tell you what, I saw it like 89 when you were all four. It was Lily Savage. I saw Lily Savage live, and
Wow.
she was amazing live. So funny, so off the cuff, and yeah, just.
So this is it. This is the main thing, isn't it? Because people don't really like. Because I've seen Russell Kane live, and people are like, "Oh no," and I'm like, "Fucking live comedy is completely different to what you do." He was amazing.
Yeah. One time I worked with Michael McIntyre. He made me laugh more than I think any person on the planet for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
He was absolutely brilliant live. I've not really liked him on television. He's never lived up to that
Yeah.
night
That's
in
the weird
Shepherd's
thing,
Bush.
isn't it?
Yeah,
That's the
he
weird
just-
thing. When I started comedy, if people it's quite a pretentious question, isn't it? If people come up to you and go, "Oh, who's your comedy inspiration?" You're like, "Oh, what comedians do you like?" And I'm like, "Oh, Michael McIntyre." They're like, "What?" What? And then they mention Bill Burr, and I'm like, I've never watched Bill Burr. I don't know what he does. I never watched him. And I'm like, can I not just say who I like? Because I fucking love Peter Kay. Like, Peter Kay to me was just fucking superb. And you can still watch that back now, and it's still fucking superb. No?
You're wrong.
I agree with you.
Terribly
no,
wrong.
Peter Kay's brilliant.
but you see, comedy is very personal. I think that's the point, isn't it? It's a really personal connection between you and the comic. And if you don't see them live, you don't necessarily experience that intimate connection. It's almost it's on that kind of it's on that sort of sexual level. It happens in the room and in the moment.
Guys, just quickly. Time has got away with us again, and Harriet's trying to be a fucking mother and
Harriet's trying to sort out this blame.
Sorry, I don't know what's going on. We're on 45 minutes already. I need to finish round it. I need to round it up and go back to the facts to see which fact related to who.
We've only got a question.
Fact one. Who once got lost while potholing under Cheshire?
Not Dev, I think.
No, not me.
I'm thinking it's Harriet. Oh, stop it.
Yeah, we went with work. We went with this group. We went on a sort of team building thing, and we were in this group under Cheshire in this pothole. And I was at the back with the bag, and there's supposed to be an instructor behind me, but they obviously got confused and didn't think, and they just left. And I looked up at one point and realised I was alone in a cave under Cheshire, and I was like. Luckily, the instructor realised he'd left me behind quite soon afterwards and came back and got me. But otherwise, there were like 3 exits, and I was like, I don't know where to go. I literally don't know where to go. And I did have that moment of going, I could die here. I could actually die here. Not doing this again. Fucking horrible.
Fact 2: who once went to cuddle a squirrel, and it's inside her like it's got to be Harriet.
It's got to be Harriet.
Was it a wild squirrel? Was it like in the park?
No, I thought it was sleeping on a wall, so I went to like cuddle it because it was so lovely, and its insides fell out. And
how old were you?
About 20. Like, I
thought you were going to say you were 8 or something.
No, I was so hungover, and then it just oh my god, it was just so really.
Just quickly though, because of like how many drugs you've done, just tell us truthfully, have you still got it?
The squirrel or the drugs?
I keep it in a, when people dry flowers.
It's flat.
Yeah.
I pressed it in the Bible.
Use it as a bookmarker.
So fact 3: who got married twice?
Obviously,
to Sheila Barbados.
Sheila Barbados?
Yeah, we had the register wedding first.
Go on.
We had a register wedding. Proper register do. And then a couple of months later, we had the Indian wedding.
Oh, and did you wear something gorgeous, darling?
That lasts about a year, doesn't it?
Say that again?
That Indian wedding lasts about a year.
You're still celebrating today?
Yeah.
11 years on.
They do go on, don't they? I mean, they don't muck about.
Did you dress up in all the...
Just like Jonathan is right now.
Surely more. Shivani,
had a
whole
turban
Shivani
and everything.
Nice. Did you do the whole white horse thing as well?
No, I couldn't afford that.
Oh, okay.
Just got a Rolls Royce instead.
You know what I can see now? After you just said that now, I can see a third wedding in the offing with a white horse involved. Anyway, this has been Spouting Nonsense. You can keep sharing the link.
Really short.
Lovely. I know, it's 40, nearly 50 minutes. Remember, I can't go over 50 minutes, my therapist said. It was 50 minutes. 50 minutes nearly. We've enjoyed being here again. These guys have been fucked up as usual. I've got an octopus on my head still. It's all been lovely. Love, tell us what you got coming up this week.
I have the UK Pun Off, which is on Sunday at 7 p.m. It's on Facebook. Check it out.
Fabulous. Harriet?
What? Oh,
I was thinking about that squirrel.
Sorry.
Ooh.
Wednesday, my mental night.
Brilliant.
Wednesday,
That sounds really
Everyone
intriguing.
bring your squirrels.
Oh, usual. I was on a Manford thing yesterday, so that's no good. Jonathan Mayer reads. Find me on Facebook. Find me all that kind of thing. Yeah, Manford. Yes, with Jason Manford and Harry Hill. Actually,
Oh yeah.
that was
One
last
of
night,
them.
but you've missed it. So they loved it. I mean, I was marvelous.
Online. It's
Say again?
basically online still, surely.
It's online until yesterday. Yeah.
Oh.
So
Oh.
enjoy.
Thanks.
Thanks,
Anyway,
Pete.
I'm back next week with some shows. So come on, what
Some
Monday,
loads of shows.
Friday.
You've been wearing a different octopus every day.
No, this is the only octopus I have at the moment, and I matches my
I feel like we
hair.
should get some other fish, like a Finding Nemo fish to wear, and a Finding Dory, and a
Yeah, that sounds funny. Just all
poor
like
unfortunate souls.
ocean creatures, so it distracts from the smell of my rancid fanny. Anyway, on that note,
Singing from your face, it's just your face. Love. Not so much your fanny, but your face. Yeah.
Anyway, we're gonna go. Bye, nonsense. You guys are
Bye. See you all.
Thank you.
See you next
Bye.
week.
Bye.